Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in once again. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. So I was a little late posting this, people. I'm so sorry. I mean, I know I'm on time, but I usually like to post it at least 20 minutes before I start. And I thought that I had already posted it. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here, to come on in, okay? All right. Hello, Ayon, AB the Great, JB1, Hyra, Brandon, C Mommy, Crystal Ball, James, Broken Silence, Nessie. All right, Silent D. So let's give everybody a couple of more minutes. I hope y'all are having a good day thus far. Ren says, I need part 2 today, family. Melody Brown says, all hail the empress of catchphrases, gems, lifelines, receipts has entered onto her throne for her fire new Black Media morning wake-up call broadcast. Let the flute sound. Melody Brown, you are too much. You are too much, beloved. Hello, Beatzilla. All right, Brandon says, that head wrap slaps, Queen. I like that. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. All right, Nicole Chelsea, CH464 says, looking good there, Queen. Very good live stream earlier today. Thank you, beloved. Hello, Miss Fitz. Shalom to you. Okay. Well, Miss CCB says, it's giving me a contribution. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so people, let's get into it. So I told you all this information about self-hypnosis is extensive. You know, I could go on and on for days, right? So anyway, like I said, there would be a part 2, so we're going to get into that today. Melanie Brown says, so glad I made it in time for these necessary spiritual gems. Thank you, beloved. Hello, Ladybug. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I made another PowerPoint, and I'm on time today only because I made this PowerPoint last night, okay? I usually start making a PowerPoint literally 20 minutes before the broadcast. That's why I'm usually late. I have to do better with my time management, people. Okay, let's get started. Everyone, please go ahead and give this video a like and a share. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen goes live. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen. Okay, the power of hypnosis, part 2, or self-hypnosis, part 2. Now, low self-esteem and self-confidence. You may be suffering from that, and you may want to know, can hypnotherapy help you? So let's talk about it. Now, the terms self-esteem and self-confidence tend to be used interchangeably, but they represent 2 different ideas. Self-confidence, for example, can be thought of as the inner judgment that we make about our abilities or our qualities. I'm good at public speaking, but not at singing, for instance. And this is absolutely true. The Queen is good at public speaking, but I'm not the best singer, okay? Now, therefore, I'm a self-confident public speaker. Self-confidence can change based on the situation. Now, that person with plenty of self-confidence prior to a public speech might be a little nervous or be a nervous wreck at karaoke night. That's also me. I'm talking about myself, as you can see. Now, self-esteem, on the other hand, tends to remain constant, and it's a measure of our feelings of self-worth and self-love. If you have low self-esteem, whether you're public speaking or singing karaoke, you feel negatively about yourself. Because there's some things that we know that we do good, some things that we know that we're great at. And so we feel confident about those things. We don't have to worry about it and feel nervous or bad about it, you know. But when you have low self-esteem, you just absolutely feel bad about yourself in general. Nicole says, Queen, you look beautiful, shines bright like a diamond. Thank you, beloved, for your kind words. Hey, Miss Blessed. Now, what causes low self-confidence? Self-esteem and self-confidence. Let's talk about this. Now, both self-esteem and self-confidence are believed to be formed by our past experiences. Throughout life, we receive a lot of negative and positive messages. Now, these can have a significant impact on how we feel about ourselves. This feedback can come from our peers, our family, the media, and unfortunately, we're more responsive and receptive to negative messages. They're much more likely to get filed into our subconsciousness. And you know why? It's because we focus on those, we dwell on those, we think on those, we worry and stress about those. When people tell us something good, we say, oh, thank you, and we feel happy for the moment, and then we don't just sit there and think about it. We don't focus our energies on it, and that's the thing we should not do. We should start focusing our energy on the positive aspects of ourselves and lives as opposed to the negative. But sadly, when people say negative things about us, that's what we tend to focus our energies on and think about continuously, right? Now, trauma. Trauma, too, can have a significant impact on our self-esteem and self-confidence. Traumatic experiences can diminish our feelings of self-worth and our sense of trust, especially if you've been through something like an abusive childhood, an abusive relationship, a bad marriage that ended in divorce, and things like that. Or, if you were a victim of an assault, like rapes or something like that, it can make you absolutely not trust people, and it can make you feel have a low self-worth. Ultimately, self-esteem presents itself on a scale. Now, some have an abundance, while others might struggle in certain situations. But people with low self-esteem tend to feel a constant level of low self-worth. They're likely to experience and feel things like hopelessness or depression, boredom, or a lack of motivation. Those people that just want to lay in the bed all day, they just don't feel like getting up because they're so bogged down with the worries of the world and how life is doing them wrong and how things just aren't going the way they wanted them to go. So they lay in bed all day, just so drained of energy, bogged down from negativity that they just don't even feel like getting up. Now, being overly sensitive to criticism, that's another thing. Some people can't even take constructive criticism when people are actually telling you something negative about yourself to make you feel better or do better or to change the situation, right? Some people don't want to hear that. They cannot accept negative criticisms that would actually help them to be a better person. Lacking assertiveness. Some people are not assertive at all. They won't speak up for themselves. They won't stand up for their beliefs. They just sit there and let people just walk over them like they're a doormat. Just use them and toss them aside like they're Kleenex. They stay in and out of bad relationships, never making people give them respect, never demanding that people treat them the way they want to be treated. And hearing negative, overly critical self-talk. This is another thing they do. They feel so negative about themselves, they sit there and ponder and harbor it, and they talk to themselves in pessimistic tones. They say bad things about themselves. I'm never going to be anything. My life sucks. I'm broke. Nobody loves me. These are things they say to themselves, feeling like their whole life's a failure. And this is a lot of times what drives people to the brink of suicide, just feeling down in the dumps, feeling like the world is on your shoulders, like there's no way out of the low spiral that you have fallen and sunken into. You feel like you just can't get a break. You can't do anything better. No one's trying to help you. CH464 says exactly. This is very true. Spot on, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Now, you can improve your self-esteem. See, there is hope. You can fix your mind's negative thinking patterns. In fact, low self-esteem is a lot like a glitch in your mind. Like in the Matrix, right? Sometimes you just need to unplug. And I've already broken down the Matrix to you. And for those of you who missed it, please go back and watch that. It's very insightful. Now, you've taught yourself through repetitive thinking over your lifetime how to feel about yourself and your abilities in certain situations. But self-esteem is flexible. At different periods in our lives, it can be high or it can be low. We can learn to improve it or make adjustments. And I always tell you that there's always room for improvement. In other words, we aren't doomed to live lives with low self-esteem. It's very possible to build and increase self-esteem, and it's possible to overcome these automatic thoughts, to reduce and eliminate them from our inner monologues. Stop talking to yourself crazy. People, stop hating on yourself. Some of us literally be hating on ourselves. Like we just won't let the inner us be the best us that we can be. We're just as bad as the people out there talking behind our backs or the people who out there wishing us the worst. We wish the worst on ourselves sometimes. You may not sit there and say, oh, I wish my life would suck. No, you may not say that in those specific terms. But when you're sitting there saying that your life sucks, when you're sitting there saying that you're broken, oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I'm just too fat. Oh, nobody cares about me. Oh, I just can't do anything right. When you say all of those things, honey, that is clearly hating on yourself. Stop it. Stop being a hater of self and learn to love yourself. Love to learn who you are and just strive to be the best that you can be. You can change things. You direct the narratives of your lives if you allow yourself to do so. No one else can do it unless you give them permission. Okay? And that's the key to improving your self-confidence and your self-esteem. Now, the polluted self-conscious, how negative perceptions form. See, we can develop negative perceptions about ourselves, sometimes very early in life even. A negative social experience, a bully belittling our looks, failing a test, and then the teacher talking down to you, or you going home with a bad report card and your parents telling you you're so stupid. Oh, I don't know why you can't do better in school. And saying those type of things. That's why I tell you it's very, very important to speak kindly to your children. Don't take out your anger and frustrations on them. Don't be so harsh on them when they make a mistake or they don't do their best work or put forth their best effort. Encourage, motivate, and inspire them. And I promise you, if you continue to do that, they will eventually get better. Now, these experiences tend to have a lasting impact on our self-perception long into our adult lives. You see, some of the things that we say to our children and some of the things that were said to us as children, they scar us for life emotionally. And sometimes people have to actually go out and get therapy to overcome these things. Now, our subconscious wants to protect us. After negative experiences, the subconscious develops defense mechanisms, i.e., such as feeling like you're bad at having conversations with new acquaintances. Well, to prevent us from feeling the hurt or the shame or the failure that we might have experienced. So your mind and your subconscious will tell you, just don't fool with people, right? Just keep to yourself. You don't want people to know the real you. You don't want them to find out how you really are, the things that you've gone through. So you become just like a hermit almost, right? Just keeping things bottled up inside. Let me go to the comments for a second. Ren says, white clothing always looks good on melanated skin. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so the defense manifests as automatic thoughts after the negative social experience. For instance, your mind might have started to tell you, you don't like social situations. You're not good at them. So you should just avoid them altogether. This is what our minds often tell us, right? And you start listening to it. And then, like I said, you become a recluse. You just don't want to be around anyone. Stay into yourself. Social anxiety is what you may have. The negativity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. See, we expect so convincingly to fail at talking to new acquaintances that lo and behold, we will talk ourselves into having a bad time. Letting our shyness take hold, right? Hold on, I made a typo right here. Let me correct that. Okay. Now, we talk ourselves into having a bad time, letting our shyness take hold, and pushing ourselves to avoid meeting new people. If left unchecked, this low self-esteem and confidence persuades us to have these negative experiences over and over again. It's a never-ending cycle, people, unless we change the way we think. That's why they're so hard to remove. because we've allowed the subconscious to dictate how we should feel about ourselves and our abilities over a lifetime. We allow these thoughts to be continually reinforced. Now, why behavioral therapy and coaching only goes so far? Well, so how do we overcome those negative thoughts? How do we get past them and prevent them from controlling our actions and feelings? And also taking control of the narrative of our own lives, right? A common approach suggested by therapists is repetition. Behavioral coaches say you need to do the things you fear over and over again, whether it's that of public speaking, mingling at parties, or looking in the mirror and learning to love what you see. That's the way you overcome your fears. So in other words, we push ourselves to try and fail and try again until we consistently find success. But here's the problem with that approach. Those negative thoughts still permeate your mind. They still exist in your mind. So sure, we can work to tamp them down, but they still affect how we approach facing our fears and how we feel about the results. So in other words, many find it challenging to work up the courage to overcome their fears in the first place. And even when they discover the nerve to practice over and over again, they're still expecting failure or a negative outcome. Clearly being pessimistic, people, this is what some of us do. This is absolutely what some of us do. Louise says, Queen, this is so timely. Thank you for creating this space. Very important topic. Well, thank you for tuning in, beloved. Thank you for your insight and your kind words and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Now, self-perception. If you've ever earned praise from a friend only to feel inside that they're just being nice or they don't really mean that, you know, you start to feel like they're just telling you things to just appease you, right? And sometimes people do that. Sometimes they just say things just to make you feel good when they're clearly thinking something else. And you feel like, oh, they're just being nice and they don't really mean what they say. You know exactly how they really feel, right? Sure, you've quieted those thoughts enough to perform, but those negative beliefs are still informing and making up a part of our self-perception. And remember, people, I always tell you that perception is reality. However you perceive a thing is how it will manifest in your life. So if someone is even trying to give you a compliment and you're thinking that, oh, they don't really mean what they're saying, they're just trying to make me feel good about myself, you'll continue to feel bad about yourself because, and you'll be unwilling to change, because even when people try to motivate and inspire you, you still want to cling to that negativity. You have to let that stuff go. It's the only way to bring positivity into your life. You have to stop thinking negatively. You have to stop speaking negatively. And you have to stop entertaining negativity. And you have to stop being around negative people. Unconscious thoughts. Now, simply put, proof and fact do very little to sway our unconscious thoughts. We might experience success. Our conscious thoughts might tell us that we're improving. But those irrational unconscious thoughts are still there telling us how they really feel or how to really feel. And this is all very true. Now, confidence hypnosis. How hypnotherapy can help us overcome low self-esteem. Repeatedly facing our fears can certainly be a tool for improving self-esteem and self-confidence. Yet it's a challenge. You see, it's difficult to stay on course and do something over and over, even though the mind is yelling at us that we'd rather not. I'd rather not go to the gym and work out today, even though I'm 50 pounds overweight, we may say to ourselves. Now, your conscious mind is telling you, you need to go work out, you need to have a better diet, you need to motivate yourself, you need to let others that you see doing the right thing inspire you. And then your unconscious mind is saying, you're not going to lose any weight. You know you can't eat right. You love eating chips and dip. Don't even worry about it. Go to the gym next week. Don't start this week. That's procrastination, which I tell you can kill your dreams and your spirit. And a lot of people fall victim to that. Nessie says, thank you, Queen. You are truly a blessing to me. Like you say, there's no coincidence. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for your kind words and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Here's one way to look at it. Now, see, negative self-talk, it's like an addiction. For some people, it absolutely is. See, we might feel the pain that our addiction is causing. We might see the effects it's having on our relationships. We might literally see that it's destroying our emotional health or hindering our performance at work or in social situations or for whatever our mind is telling us that we can't do. But yet, for some reason, we just can't stop it. We can't seem to shut those thoughts off. We can't get them out of our head. The negativity stays there, like it's ingrained in us. It's just like the urge the addict hears, telling them to use again. Hypnosis can be so successful for low self-esteem because its goal is to repair the mind. This is the power of self-hypnosis, people. Hypnosis helps us to reteach the subconsciousness to be a supportive partner in our day-to-day lives. We're taking out those irrational negative thoughts and repopulating the subconscious with more helpful, useful, beneficial, high vibrational, high frequency, higher levels of consciousness information. Now, you can ask yourself, how exactly do we do this? Well, you can think of hypnosis as meditation with a goal. Now, for centuries, meditation has been used to help people learn to tame the mind, to find inner peace and quiet automatic thinking. Yet hypnosis takes this one step further, right? You see, hypnosis adds a goal. During a hypnotherapy session, you'll guide your body and mind to a state of heightened relaxation and awareness, much like you'd expect from deep meditation. In this state, the way our brains behave starts to change. Our minds become completely relaxed and we're able to access our subconscious. Now, in fact, we can bypass the critical mind and go straight to that inner voice and speak directly to it. This is all the importance and the benefits of self-hypnosis. When we're in a state of hypnosis, our brains become highly receptive to suggestion. Therefore, when we hear mantras in this state, like you will feel confidence in everything you do, they're much more likely to stick. We've bypassed that critical conscious layer that's always so quick to qualify and analyze suggestions. Now you might be thinking, is that really all there is to it? And the answer is yes, completely yes, people. It's not hard. It's only hard if you make it that way. It's very easy to do. All you need to do is focus and be disciplined. And tell yourself that you're going to be positive, you're going to speak positively, you're going to think positively. Now, sure, hypnosis for low self-esteem can be highly complex. I mean, a hypnotherapist can use numerous techniques for empowering and repairing the subconscious mind. But whatever the technique, the idea is the same. In a state of hypnosis, we're able to add newer, more helpful, and more supportive information to the subconscious. And at the same time, we can work to release the negative thinking patterns that are causing our self-esteem issues in the first place. Try it and see if hypnosis can empower you to overcome your negative self-talk. And you may say, well, what options do I have? In general, there are 3 ways that you can pursue hypnosis: self-hypnosis, visiting a hypnotherapist, or following guided hypnotherapy sessions. Those are all things that you can try. I suggest that you try self-hypnosis first, because you can absolutely do this if you just focus and put your energies into it. It's just a step beyond meditation. Now, self-hypnosis for confidence. Self-hypnosis is a self-guided and a key advantage. It is that, or a key advantage that is, it can be conducted anywhere you are, whether you're at home or at the office, etc. And self-hypnosis, you can follow your own hypnosis script to induce the state of hypnosis and then to provide yourself with suggestions related to improving confidence. You should be able to find these things within yourself, people. You should know what you want, what you're trying to accomplish, and you should be able to induce yourself into that frame of mind and produce the results yourself. Now, it may take practice. You may have to do it over and over again until you get it right, but you absolutely can do it. Now, benefits of self-hypnosis. So let's say if, for example, you have trouble sleeping, insomnia, maybe sleepwalking. Hypnosis may be a helpful tool if you sleepwalk or struggle with falling asleep and staying asleep. If you have insomnia, hypnosis can relax you enough to get you to sleep more easily. And another thing that can help you is listening to meditative music at night. I told you I love listening to shamanic sounds, listening to the Native American flutes, and all of those things. Music that is at 432 hertz rather than 440. It quiets the mind, relaxes you, and helps you fall into a deep, calming, relaxed sleep. If you're a sleepwalker, hypnosis can also train you to wake up when you feel your feet hit the floor and help you avoid sleepwalking escapades. And if you just want to sleep a little bit better, hypnosis can help you with that too. Learning self-hypnosis techniques can increase the amount of time that you sleep and the amount of time spent in a deep sleep, the type of sleep you need to wake up feeling refreshed. And how it works? Well, verbal cues put in a trance-like state, similar to how it feels when you're so involved in a book or a movie that you don't notice what's going on around you. After hypnosis or even during, you'll fall asleep. It's just like when you get a good relaxing massage. Don't you always fall asleep when you get a massage? I know I do. I fall right asleep. And when I go and visit my holistic doctor who performs acupuncture on me, I fall right asleep. I fall right asleep. It is so relaxing. And I'm going to tell you when I really fall asleep, when she does acupuncture on my third eye. Honey, anytime she puts that needle right there in my third eye, I'm out like a light. And you know what she does? I love her because she allows me to lay there and sleep peacefully until I wake up. Okay? So, anxiety, relaxation techniques, including hypnosis. Now, they can sometimes ease anxiety. Hypnosis tends to be more effective in people whose anxiety stems from a chronic health condition, such as heart disease, rather than from a generalized anxiety disorder. Hypnosis may also be able to help you if you struggle with a phobia, a type of anxiety disorder where you are intensely fearful of something that does not pose a significant threat. Irritable bowel syndrome. Now, I know several people who have this, and I have told them to practice self-hypnosis, and I've told them exactly what they need to do. And one of my friends who was having this issue said she doesn't have it anymore. And irritable bowel syndrome, if you've ever had it, you should know that it's very uncomfortable. It is very annoying, and it is absolutely a problem, right? Now, the effectiveness of hypnosis on IBS has been consistently supported by clinical studies. And again, I'm not a doctor, people. I'm clearly not giving you doctor's advice. I'm just telling you the information that clinical studies have produced. IBS is abdominal pain created by your bowels, and hypnosis can help improve symptoms such as constipation, diarrhea, and bloating. And all those things fill your body with toxins, just so you know. And then toxins keep you at a low vibration and keep you in a negative space in place. Dr. Grant explains that sometimes IBS can cause secondary symptoms like nausea, fatigue, backache, and urinary problems. Hypnosis has shown to be able to help with those as well. Now, how it works is hypnosis leads you through progressive relaxation, providing soothing imagery and sensations to combat your symptoms. Chronic pain. That's another thing that hypnosis can help with. Hypnosis can help with pain like what's experienced after surgery or from migraines or tension headaches. And it can help with chronic pain also. People with pain related to conditions like arthritis, cancer, sickle cell disease, and fibromyalgia, as well as people who have lower back pain. They may also experience relief from hypnosis. How it works? Well, hypnosis can help you cope with pain and gain more self-control over your pain. Additionally, studies indicate that hypnosis can do this effectively for long periods of time. It can help you quit smoking and other bad habits that you may have, like drinking too much. Giving up cigarettes isn't easy. There are many methods to help you quit, such as nicotine patches or prescription medications. Now, while the research is still out, many people have found that hypnosis has helped them kick the habit of smoking. This is what Dr. Grant explains. Hypnosis for smoking cessation works best if you work one-on-one with a hypnotherapist who can customize the hypnosis sessions to match your lifestyle. So this would better be accomplished by going to a hypnotherapist, not self-hypnosis more so. Even though you could do it self-hypnosis, but if you can't, it would likely be more beneficial to you to go to a one-on-one hypnotherapist, right, who can help you with that. Now, in order for hypnosis to work for smoking cessation, you need to truly want to quit smoking. Hypnosis can work in two ways. The first is to help you find a healthy, effective replacement action, and then guide your subconscious toward that habit rather than smoking. This could be something like chewing a piece of gum or taking a walk. The second way is to train your mind to associate smoking with undesirable feelings like a bad taste in your mouth or a foul odor from smoke. Let me tell you something. You can absolutely do this yourself. I'm telling you, if your mind is powerful enough and you're dedicated and determined enough, you can do this yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something. Years ago, I went to a holistic doctor who told me that I needed to stop eating so much bread. Okay? I have always loved bread. And they told me that I need to quit eating so much bread because, first of all, it's not healthy, right? And so I literally hypnotized myself to stop eating bread. Now, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. When I first did it, I couldn't even think about bread, see a picture of bread, watch a commercial about bread. I couldn't do any of that stuff without puking. I literally was puking. I mean, I had made it or put it in my mind. You know, I associated it with like something disgusting, you know, like a dirty toilet, you know, a landfill. But anytime I saw bread, thought about bread, someone said the word bread, I really literally had to puke. And so I had to go back and undo the hypnosis and then reprogram my own mind that, okay, you don't want to eat bread. But I didn't want it to be so severe that every time I heard the word bread, thought about bread, or saw an image of bread, that I had to puke. That was just too much. Clearly, it was too much. So make sure if you're hypnotizing yourself, just don't overdo it, okay? Because you absolutely can, because I did. Now, losing weight and getting fit. As with smoking cessation, there aren't many studies yet that can confirm the effectiveness of hypnosis on weight loss, though some studies have found modest weight loss, about 6 pounds over 18 months through hypnosis. Now, it is usually most helpful when hypnotherapy is used in combination with diet and exercise changes. How does it work? Well, when you are hypnotized, your attention is highly focused. This makes you more likely to listen and respond to suggestions for behavior changes, such as eating a healthy diet or getting more exercise, which could help you lose the weight. Hypnosis allows you to become helps you to become open to newer, better ideas by changing your thoughts and feelings on a conscious level. You can start to make extraordinary changes in your life. This is absolutely true, people. If you just try it and you give yourselves positive affirmations every day, like I told you, you meditate and relax and quiet the mind from all of the clutter, right? Try to get rid of the negativity. You can absolutely find yourself open to newer, better ideas. Simply change your thoughts. If you can change your thoughts, you can change your energy. If you can change your energy, you can change your life. Because what is energy? It is contagious. So positive energy is going to yield positive results all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. While negative energy is only going to yield negative results. And last but not least, I want you all to remember your daily affirmations. And I have 3 things that I want you to affirm to yourself today. 3 things that I want you to say over and over to yourself today. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Tell yourself that today. I am more than enough. My needs matter. This is all part of self-healing. This is all part of, manifesting what we want. And this is all a part of building and keeping self-confidence and raising your self-esteem. Say daily affirmations, okay? With that all being said, I hope you all enjoyed this broadcast. And just remember, try to always think positively. Even if things are going bad, just know that things can get better. There's always room for improvement. Don't ever forget that. Anything bad that's going on is not permanent unless you allow it to be. Unless you continue to keep focusing on it, giving it energy. Because the more energy you give it, it's like adding fuel to the fire, right? A fire continues to burn the more oxygen it receives. And so with negativity in your life and things that are going wrong, the more energy you give it, energy, INNER, the more of your inner self that you give it, it continues to stay and last longer. So you don't want to focus your energies on negative things, always on positive things. You have high hopes, or you should have high hopes for yourself and for your life. Remember, you control the narrative. No matter what people outside of you say, you control the narrative. And if you allow people to talk you out of your ideas and dreams, if you allow people to make you feel bad about yourself and to lower your self-esteem, then that's on you. Because at the end of the day, the main energy that you should be focusing on, the most important energy that you should be thinking about is the energy that comes from within. And that starts with you. So I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Stay high vibrational, right? Do something constructive and productive, never destructive. Don't forget your lifelines that I've given you. I want you all to remember, I have been telling you all, Terry says, thank you so much, Queen. You're welcome, beloved. Sandy says, thank you, Queen, for these teachings. I will speak more positivity into my life. Thank you, beloved. I'm glad. CH464 says, amazing, Queen. Absolutely amazing. Well done. Thank you, beloved. Thank you all for your kind words and support. Okay. Susan says, thank you, Queen. I will pass this on. Thank you. General Overture says, beautiful, Queen. Thank you. Hiram says, love you and the message, Queen. Well, I love you, right, Black. Louise says, see you guys later today. And I hope to see you in the next chat, beloved. Okay. Beatzilla says, great broadcast, Queen. Thank you, beloved. And thank you, Cherokee Descendant King. Let me tell you guys something. Listen, I have another broadcast starting. I'm a little late, but I have another broadcast starting right now. I'm 7 minutes late, so please meet me in the chat on the Root of All Evil. Queen Amadai TV presents the Root of All Evil. I have a nefarious story, honey. You all don't want to miss it. After that, we have another one on the True Crime channel. So I hope to see you all in the chat. Peace, love, and blessings.